Blue Lock chapter 230 starts with a frustrated ISAGI who is gritting his teeth on one side of the field and screams out of frustration. ISAGI realized that Bao took it all. He has been after him all along, he was aiming for it and the timing to shoot through his legs. So he could hijack Uber's system and score a goal, and therefore ISAGI was beaten. He was completely devoured. Raichi realized ISAGI's frustration and approached him and apologized. Raichi thinks that he wasn't able to man-mark Snuffy and keep up with him until the end, but ISAGI stops Raichi and says that he did well, that his play definitely worked. It's not his fault, and the only reason why BSM Munich wasn't able to score a goal and conceded one is because ISAGI himself wasn't able to read the game well enough. ISAGI keeps getting more frustrated and tells himself that he can't imagine a vision where he can beat Baru or KAISER and he doesn't know what to do. The announcer suddenly interrupts and tells the players on the field that the star change system 3 minutes is over and the two master strikers must leave the field due to the player's substitution. Snuffy went ahead first, and Sendo, who was able to recover, will come back for him. Now it is Noah's turn to call in for his sub, and Noah wants Corona to come back, but Corona is still struggling with his cramp and isn't able to come back. Based on data evaluation, Kiora Jin is the next one who will get the chance to play as a side back, which annoys Igaguri, and this is actually a kind of interesting information. On the one hand, this could mean that Igaguri isn't a player who we will see in the defense, and is actually going to be a player who will play in a much more offensive position, or it could just mean that he's even worse than a 80 rated Kiora. So Kiora is already taking off his jacket and about to get on the field, however, ISAGI suddenly interferes. ISAGI tells Noah that they won't win the match with the substitution, and ISAGI furthermore elaborates that although Kiora is an excellent player, as he's one of the players on the team with their highest individual abilities and therefore a perfect fit as Corona's replacement, ISAGI thinks that they actually need a game changer to be able to win this match, and not just a substitution that can easily be calculated. ISAGI wants a player who can inject new ideas, but Noah refuses and says that there's a rule in this team that the top number plays in the game. To use other players, even if it means denying that rule, means that there's no rational reason. ISAGI begs Noah to use Hiori, as Hiori will be the perfect protagonist of this game, and Hiori is the only one who can use his brain and eyes similarly to ISAGI's, and he will be the one who can keep up with what ISAGI is currently imagining. Noah is repeating himself once again that he won't accept ISAGI's wish, but suddenly we can see Hiori who is speaking up. Hiori says that if there's another player who has a bird's eye view of the field that can assist ISAGI by anticipating his moves, this would only be him. He will be the one who would reduce ISAGI's thinking time and increase his brace speed. From the opponent's point of view, it is like having two ISAGIs, and this would be a reasonable strategy to deal with the current Uber's team. Hiori then has a little throwback of his parents, and he's asking himself why he's doing this. He was forced by his parents to dream, and he is exhausted by expectations. He hated football so much and couldn't even do anything about it, but now it is something that he actually wants to do. For the first time in his life, there is someone who expects and wants him. Back on the field, Noah has finally accepted ISAGI's wish, and Hiori will join the field now. With Hiori joining the field and being ISAGI's shadow, this week's chapter comes to an end. So another cooldown chapter with lots of information, and unfortunately Kiora won't get some screen time, although he has one of the coolest character designs in Blue Lock, and it's very cool to know that he's one of the players with the highest individual skills on the team. Furthermore, Igaguri will come in as an offensive midfielder or even striker at one point in the future, which makes sense as he will be able to use his militia skills much more effectively in this position. With Snuffy leaving the field, Ubers is having a massive downgrade now, and with Hiori entering the field, Ubers will have to deal with basically two ISAGIs plus KAISER and also Ness, which will be impossible for Ubers to handle, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we can expect for sure another ISAGI goal at the end of the game. Alright guys, what do you think about the upcoming chapter? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, stay safe and have a nice day.